Hi everyone, this is LeetCode problem number 21, merge two shorted list. So in this we are given linked list 1 and linked list 2 and they both are in shorted order. What we are asked to do is that merge both of these lists and make sure that the newly created list is also shorted. So what we are going to do is that we'll create two pointers L1 and L2 pointing to linked list 1 and linked list 2 respectively. After that, we'll create a dummy node. So let's say this is the dummy node with the value 0. Okay, and we'll have a tail pointing to this dummy node. Okay, so now that we have created a pointer, what we'll do, we'll keep moving the tail and we'll make sure that whatever nodes are being added are shorted. So what we'll do, first we'll check my L1 and L2 should not be null pointers, because if they reach at a stage where there are null pointers, we'll exit it. Okay, so yeah, once my L1 and L2 are not null, I'm gonna check if value of L1 is less than or equal to L2. If it is less than or equal to, then I'm gonna say my tail next is nothing but L1. Okay, like L1. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make my L1 point to L1 next. Now I'm gonna compare if my L1 and L2, like if my L1 is less than L2. If it is not, then I'm gonna do have like obviously my tail dot next was here in the last iteration. It will come here and I'm gonna make it point to L2, and once I have made it point to L2, I'm gonna update my pointer to L dot next. Again, I'm gonna compare the value if my L1 is less than L2. If it is, I'm gonna mark my tail next to the value of L1 and I'm gonna say L1 dot next. I'll keep moving my pointer. Again, I'll compare if my L2 or L1 which is lesser. Since L2 is lesser, I'm gonna assign the value tail dot next to L2 and I'm gonna move my pointer. Okay, now is my L1 is less than or equal to L2? Yes, it is. So I'm gonna assign and I'm gonna move my pointer L1. Now since my L1 is pointing to null pointer, this will not run. Okay, like because we were running these loops only till both of the L1 and L2 pointers are not null. So once they are null, once any one of them, L1 or L2 pointer is null, what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna assign my tail dot next to the remaining. So let's say if my L1 is null, then I'm gonna say my tail dot next is nothing but equal to L2. Okay, so in this, and once we are done with this, we'll return dummy dot next, because my dummy is pointing to, let's say my dummy is pointing to this node, right? If I return dummy dot next, it will be pointing here. Let's say dummy dot next. I'll return dummy dot next, and that will have my newly created linked list, and that would be my answer. Yeah, let's try coding it. I'll create a dummy node by saying list node dummy. I'll have value 0 in it, and then we'll create another node. We'll create a node pointer, we'll call it tail, and we'll make it point to the dummy node. Oopsie, it's ampersand. Okay, now once we are done with this, what we are gonna do is that we'll check if my L1 is not equal to null pointer, null ptr, and my L2 is also not equal to null pointer. Okay, once we have done this, the other thing that we did was checking the value. If my L1, if value of my L1 is less than or equal to value of L2, then what I was doing, I was pointing my tail of next to L1. Okay, and then I went ahead and made my L1 pointer to point to its next. Okay, now if in case my L1 is not less than, then the very obvious thing that I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna mark my tail dot next to L2. Okay, it's this here. Yeah, I'm gonna say my tail dot next is equals to L2, and then I will move ahead my L2 pointer. So I'll say L2 is equals to L2 dot next. Okay, and I'll say tail is equals to tail dot next. Okay, this was the case when my both the pointers are not null. I had also said one thing, let's say my L1 pointer, when my L1 pointer reached to null pointer, then what I did, we assigned the L1 and L2 to the tail dot next. So my tail dot next would be equal to L1 or L2. So it will be, if my L1 is not equal to null PTR, then it will be, then we'll make tail dot next point to L1, or else we'll make it point to L2, and then we'll return my dummy dot next. Okay, so this is what we had discussed, right? Let's try running it. Okay, it's L1 next, here it is L2 next, and here it is tail next. Let's see. Oh, this is question mark. Yeah, so all my test cases are passing. Let's try submitting it. Okay, this is working. Thank you everyone for watching.